Okay, I think we're recording again. Let's hope. um, we were talking about food. One of the things you can't get here is beef. They don't know what beef is. Uh, you can get caribou, and you get some skinny cows that you see around here sometimes, but except for making beef soup, it's just not very good. Fortunately, in Dumaguete, which is about the size of Norman, about 120,000 people, lots of expats, citizens of other countries who choose to live here. There are at least two places, maybe three, where you can get imported beef. It's pretty expensive. We have steak once a month. We get a choice or prime rib, and we split it between us. It's one of the few things I've brought into Tatsky's life that she really likes is American choice rib steak. At the market, the seafood we get is nothing like what you have. One of the nice things about seafood is it's easy to tell if it's fresh. Always look at the gills, the eyes, see if the flesh is firm. Tons of different kinds of fish, huge tuna, marlin everywhere, squid, huge shrimp, maybe this big, some of them pond raised. So I can go to the market. There's at least 50, 75 vendors of fish products every day, and it comes in fresh every day. You can get clams, oysters, scallops by the bushel. So seafood is good here. Chicken is very common here and also easy to find fresh. We actually go to the Silliman University, which has a farm area. They have a farm dairy, so we can buy fresh milk. They have freshly butchered chickens every Thursday this afternoon, and a lot of them are small for some reason. It may be the roosters that they're culling out, but we buy them two to a package, and very tender, make great fried chicken. As a matter of fact, that's on tap. We'll buy them today and fried chicken tomorrow. Then pork is really big here, and the market again, they have a city slaughterhouse, and they bring in pork carcasses to the market, 20, 30, 40 of them a day. And there's probably 40 pork vendors, maybe 50, and they cut the carcasses up and sell stuff. You really have to watch these folks. They have a way of selling you one thing and you get home with something else. Most famously, I bought 3 ribs, pork ribs. I picked them out. He took them and put them down. I came home and what I had was pork fat. Little sleight of hand. This is a capitalism environment. It's laissez-faire, which means let the buyer beware. I always pick my fruits and vegetables personally. I always check the meat more and more carefully. It's better to find a place to buy it that's more trustworthy, and I just recently found a pork place that is where I go now. So food here is another reason to come. So you've got economics, a social environment, you've got a good weather environment, and you've got the food. Healthcare here is, as I mentioned, it's so inexpensive. There are 4 hospitals here in town. There's the public hospital, which is it's for those folks who can't pay. You have to bring your own food. If the doctor writes you a prescription, you have to go buy it across the street. They don't provide meds. If you need an x-ray, you have to go pay for it first before they'll take it. So it's free, but what's free is, just a place to lay down, basically. There's also a Catholic hospital here, which is the one I use. That was $8.50 for an ER visit with meds. My doctor cost me $6. He's a board-certified MD. I personally think the quality of care here is pretty good for people like myself who can kind of pick and choose where they go. Silliman University has a big hospital, the most conventional one. has a medical school and a nursing school, which there's several nursing schools here. What's the fourth hospital? Can't think of it offhand. But there's two other hospitals under construction. Right next door, almost to us here, is the Ace Doctors Hospital. It's 6 or 7 stories tall. I don't know how many beds, but quite big. And then there's another doctor's hospital being built right up the highway here, like a kilometer away. So medical care access here is good. I've personally had very good experience with that and with dentists here. My health, I think that's probably worth a separate video at some point, but my health here has been so much better. I was only here 2 weeks and I had to stop taking blood pressure meds because my blood pressure now has been normal for 5.5 years. I lost 40 pounds when I came here. I've gained 15 of that back, but I have kept 25 off. I was never diagnosed as diabetic, although some doctors in the States wanted to. I ran about 130 most of the time. Here it's 90. With dentists, I always had at least one cavity every 6 months to fill. I've been here almost 6 years, and there's only one time when I had to have cavities filled in 6 years. And those they did without anesthetic. They were very tiny. They just thought better to stop it. I don't know why that's true. There's no fluoride in the water here, and I don't use toothpaste here. I can't say, but health here has been good. Riding the bicycle several times a day certainly helps me. What else is here? Oh, my psoriasis is probably 20% of what it was in the States. And I could control that if I'd eat less sugar. I've found a relationship with that. Gout here, I have an attack maybe once a year, and I can stop it overnight if I recognize it with a couple of pills that I take here. I'm really not sure what there's other health-related issues. Oh, I used to get skin tears like my father. You know, you'd bump against the door jamb and you'd pull a skin tag. Don't have that anymore. My coordination is better here. I don't think I have fallen since I've been here. And I attribute that partly to something called turmeric tea, which I take here, but also that I'm just more alert. I still don't use glasses except for reading. My sense of well-being is much better. It was easy to get, I don't know if you call it depressed or just suppressed, bored in the States. Never happens here. It's just the quality of life here is just so much better than my experience in the States. So much better. And I would never give this up if I had a choice. I plan to finish my life out here and get ashes shipped home. That's the plan. I love my family. I miss them. I'd like to be closer. It would just be really hard to give up this where I'm happy to wake up every day. I sleep better. Don't know what to say. I'm going to sign off of this now. I think I'm rambling. Hope you like it. I'm always open to questions. Some of the videos you're seeing were on specific request. I'll be glad to do that. I'm going to be doing one for Jason in the public, not one, about 4 or 5 of them actually, for the public market, including some grisly stuff. And I'll make sure that that's clearly identified so you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. So coming to you Thursday, May 16th, a happy boy. Headed for the movies today, little shopping. Already had beans and bread for breakfast. Not sure what else I'll have today, but I know it'll be good. Best always. Miss you guys. Bye.